really deserves it. And apparently we are gonna start actually. Perfect timing.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with the match. So let's see what maps we will get today. Or in this last match. We're gonna see we're gonna see 6 maps actually.
Yep.
So let's see which ones we're gonna have. Let's see if we maybe have some new maps that we haven't seen in our semi-final at least. And apparently we're actually gonna start on Paradise here.
Paradise will be the first map, so there is the map preview. And also welcome to all of you guys to the Trackmania World Cup Grand Final. That sounds already stoked, but I'm stoked and very, very looking forward to this match here. It is, 4 top-tier players batting it out for a cash prize of 15,000 euro. That is a lot of money. And of course, I'm joined in by Granadi. I'm LuckersTurbo. And yeah, we are playing in cup mode. So cup mode works like that. You collect points. And for your respective positions, you're gonna see that point in 140, and if you win a round, and if you surpass that point limit, you have to win 1 more round in order to make it, and we play it out for P1, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna take over the first round here, and let's just go ahead. Actually, Afi with a fast start, and we see CarlJr in last position. So those are the players in the playing field. Pac, CarlJr, who got both first in their semifinals, and Afi and Kappa, who got second but still played outstandingly well there. And right now they're showing what they're having in their backpack. They are leading the round here, and it is Pac closing in, but actually CarlJr on last place here. So not the best performance from CarlJr, but maybe he can do something in the ending. He's 0.2 away though, but of course very important here to hold your gear to make that happen. CarlJr does it good, Kappa not with the best line, and so also didn't get it Afi. So Afi also not with the best line. It's Pac leading the round, and also CarlJr goes for the attack, but still Afi with a tiny tad more speed. Actually no, so it's Afi versus CarlJr for the second place, and Afi with a good identity here goes into the lead, but so close between all the players here. Also Kappa's in the mix, Kappa with the snipe. Afi also going out here in this last part, and Afi drops from P2 to P4, but what a CarlJr ending was that. 14,000 of a second between P2 and P3. Man, what a round to start it all off with, but Pac wins it.
Also, Pac almost crashing the checkpoint between the 2 identity sections. Absolutely close by him. Very good winning time by him though. Only 0.4 behind the current world record. So very good round by Pac. We saw him choking a bit in the second semifinal on the identity, but it seems like he got himself together. Never mind, we have 2 crashes at the start. Kappa doing a 360, what is happening? Only 2 people, no, not Kappa, it was Afi actually. And we only have 2 players surviving. And those are Kappa and CarlJr. And those will probably, battle for the victory in this round. Because the others are quite a bit behind. Pac probably not able to catch up, so let's focus on this battle here at the top. Because here it still is a very close round. Kappa currently like 0.1 ahead. And now we're getting to this tricky freewheel slide where you wanna hold the gear at the exit. Let's see if everybody is getting it. Kappa doing a small slide there to actually get even more speed out of it. And he did so indeed. So he's now like roughly 0.3 ahead of CarlJr. Will be hard to catch that up in the identity except Kappa chokes. We also see different lines here in the identity, but both are making it. CarlJr almost hitting a checkpoint. Kappa going for the low line here, but he is making it. CarlJr almost missing the finish, but the round is decided. Not too special of a round. Good time by Kappa though, but we saw quite a lot of mistakes. Is Afi able to finish? Afi? Bot check.
Oh no!
No! Afi with a DNF, and that is very punished. Of course, he would have only gotten 3 points, but 3 points is 3 more points than 0 points. Obvious. So that is very painful for him. He's now sitting at 3 points only.
Oh man, and that is very, very unfortunate. I mean, we have seen it in the last semifinal where Scrappy was at 128 points, and 3 points are a lot. Yeah, 3 points are a lot. And right now it's actually CarlJr on second position. So will he get himself that first 10-pointer in this one, or will it be Kappa or Pac again? But yeah, on this map we have seen a lot of mistakes, and also the WR someone has asked is a 107.85.2 from Massa, and then the second WR is from Kappa. So Kappa definitely shows us what he's capable of doing here. And right now, he finds himself in the battle here for that top position. Pac is 0.2 behind, but can he get himself a good line? Good amount of speed here from Pac. Look at that. What a close fight between the 4 players here. Who's going to get that 10-pointer? It's up for grabs for everyone here. It's CarlJr in the lead, but Pac with a good amount of speed. Kappa with a different line. He has followed Kappa in that ending. Goes actually almost into the lead, but makes that mistake there. So he's out on that one. Can Afi redeem himself and get himself that second position? Yes, he can. Very important. And a 108.2 from CarlJr. So a good time. And yeah, it is him getting himself that first position in this grand final in the Trackmania World Cup. And it's also Afi with a good performance here, going up to 9 points.
Yes, exactly. CarlJr currently in the lead. Afi not looking too well. He didn't really get the best start into the match, but still everything is possible. We also have the finalist mode later, so nobody's out yet. It's still, as I said, everything is possible. And we're now heading into the last round of the first map, Paradise here. Afi getting a really sick start here, actually. He got this no-slide strat at the beginning very nicely. Also getting this over here, getting the slide. No no-slides or anything. So everybody is surviving. CarlJr and Kappa a bit behind. Now also Pac not with the best speed. So only Afi has a good lead at the moment. Very sick start by him. But the most important parts are coming and at ending with the identity and the free will slide. So let's see how people will do on this in this round. We're now approaching the free will slides. Afi is still in the lead. Who's getting it the best though? Kappa got it really nicely in the previous round, as well as Pac, and everybody is getting it in this round as well. No gear drops here, so everybody is close to each other. CarlJr almost clipping. Wow. Very close here, and it's gonna depend on the identity. Everything is still possible. Wow. Literally everybody could win. Carl is dead. Carl is dead. Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna win? Pac with a risky line, and Pac sniping Kappa. Pac sniping Kappa in the ending, going full risk. Sick winning time by Afi here, 0.25, 0.4 behind the current world record. And Afi is actually catching up a bit. Pac with a very well-deserved second place. And if you now look at the scoreboard, we have it like kind of twisted around. Basically, the first player overall gets last and the last player overall gets first. So everybody is getting closer to each other.
Yeah, 6 points between the players. And if you deduct if you include the points that Afi would have gotten, he would have been up to 22 points, so that would also leave us with 4 points between the players. So very important, those 3 points that will be in his mind for the entire match, but hopefully he can go over that. And also we have a new map now. We have Circles that is coming up, and I think one of the harder maps regarding the identity, not concerning the difficulty of it, you can survive it, but the jump, this jump, you can really, like, it's do or die for you. Also the start, but they can see it here is the start section of the map with the full speed part. This tube, this can be really, really difficult to do. And also this freewheel slide, again, very important to not steer as much on the grass as possible. And then of course the identity, where you can either make it or break it. Choose different lines there, but we're gonna see that. So good luck to the players here on Circles. The first time we are seeing this map today. And I'm just gonna follow Afi for the first round here, who is at 19 points. So good catch up from him. But of course, he needs to do more than that. But he's not like slowing down, losing momentum after top two positions in the last 2 rounds. It is looking really, really good for the BDS player to get himself that, juicy points on those rounds here. But right now he has the weakest start, so CarlJr, Pac, and Kappa are leading. But it is Pac leading here. Also good line over that part. Accumulates a lot of speed over this part here. Goes into the lead, gets it way better than CarlJr. But look at that, Kappa with a great line. And is now fighting it out with Pac for 10 points here. Now important to wiggle on this part to accumulate as much speed as possible. And it is Pac, battling out with all the players. CarlJr goes into the second position, but here again, very important to get it really good. But look at the line from Pac there. Into the lead he goes there. Very, very close between all the 3 players in the top 3, Kappa, CarlJr, or Pac. Who's gonna get it? The 3 world champions are battling it out here in the grand final. Pac with a good jump, Kappa with more speed. Who's gonna get it? Pac has it though, but Kappa with more speed. Can he snipe it? And also CarlJr is coming out of nowhere. Who's gonna get it? It is actually Pac falling down to 3rd position. What a round was that, Granadi?
That was an absolutely insane round. Also the times, 3 people doing a 0.6 slow. That is absolutely incredible. The current WR is 0.37 though. But holy shit, those times are absolutely insane. The battle was absolutely insane. It was really sad to see that Pac lost it in the ending. It was because he jumped Yeah, he jumped earlier down at the very last identity jump, so he had a bit less speed than the others, and unfortunately, that is what lost him the round. But holy moly, what a first round. Let's see if the second one is gonna get equally close here. Pac not with the best start. I think he got a small gear down on the grass, so he lost like almost 0.1, but he also had it in the previous round, I think, so he definitely is able to catch up. Look at the slide by Pac, but he's jumping very far down here. That is not the best line. He's losing a bit. Let's see his exit speed out of the ice, because that is very important. Not looking too well for Pac in this round. So he kind of needs a bit of a miracle in order to catch up, because yeah, on the identity, you cannot risk that much. Of course you can, but you won't be able to catch up like 0.4 of a second to the others. So Pac most likely out of this round. So let's maybe focus on the top 3 here. CarlJr getting it really nicely, but what is that speed by the others? CarlJr getting overtaken. And they are literally within each other. They were within less than 100 of a second. So everything could still happen here. CarlJr not with the best speed. CarlJr going for a very high jump, but having more exit speed, jumping very smoothly. Look at the exit speed by Carl here, and he might be able to snipe them all. After versus Carl, who's gonna make it? It is Carl! Carl with the most exit out of the jump, paid off that he jumped higher. And what a battle again. Pac in the meantime, sadly, only the last place at the moment, and CarlJr now at 45 points, actually getting a bit away from the others.
Yeah, CarlJr really getting that tiny tad of more speed in this ending section, and with that getting himself that second first place in a row. So after not winning the first 2 rounds in this Trackmania World Cup, he now finds himself in the lead with 2 second positions, 1 last, and then also we have 3 first places. So you can see it, first place is really worth a lot of points. It is double the amount of points that he has accumulated in the other 3 rounds where he didn't get first position, even though he got second twice. So good stuff here from CarlJr, and right now he's in the lead again. Pac is in second, so definitely also not the worst performance, but of course the point limit is 140, so nothing is really set in stone. But right now it's looking really, really good for CarlJr to even extend his lead, so he's in the zone. And looking very, very good here. Great line, but also Pac had it really well, so he comes a bit closer there. Look at the speed from Pac. So CarlJr is struggling a little bit, but of course the identity from CarlJr looked super well. But also Pac can do it. Not the best amount of minimization of airtime from Pac there, so he's not coming dangerously closer towards CarlJr. Maybe he can have more speed in this ending, but no, that is not the case. And CarlJr on a good time here. What time will that be from CarlJr? 1:11.49.
Oh,
that is 0.12 away from the WR on circles from CarlJr. So what a time from CarlJr, and he extends his lead, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, is the best of all time. It's CarlJr extending his lead here to 18 points.
CarlJr actually with the personal best in this round, so absolutely insane effort by him, at least regarding the official leaderboard here on Trackmania.io. Maybe he has a better time offline, but anyway, that was an absolutely insane time. And CarlJr is really popping off. He's always doing good, of course, but he's doing really well in this grand final. Pac clipping! Oh my god, Pac is out of this round already. Not the best start to him. So let's focus on the other 3 players here, because they are still in a very close fight. CarlJr once again in first place, slowly getting boring here. But getting chased by Afi, not anymore, but by Kappa. Actually, Pac overtaking Afi, interesting. Good for him, of course. That Afi is still, Kappa is still somewhat close to Carl. It is 0.2, so now we'll see. Maybe if Kappa has the sickest ending EUW, he might be able to catch up, but it looks like it's gonna be another victory for CarlJr. And this man is absolutely on fire. Once again, oh, Kappa clipping, he's getting the penalty, so Carl can pretty much save, and we have kind of a, yeah, pre-decided round. Nothing can really happen here, unless somebody chokes, of course. But everybody is making it. Carl first, Kappa second, Pac in third place, and Afi in last position. And Carl now actually at 65 points, while the second place is only at 41. This guy, man, holy.
Yeah, so CarlJr making the perfect map here, winning 4 out of 4 rounds. So what a performance. He is 24 points ahead, so maybe this map has suited him very well. And of course, everything can change on the next map. Everything can change here. And let's take a look what map that will be. Maybe one of the 2 new maps, maybe Turbo Stairs or Zigzag. I have that in the feelings, or maybe again Slalom. And it is Semiramis. Okay, there we go. Semiramis is map number 3.
Yeah, interesting. We already saw this map on the semi-final. And Pac was doing well here. But so was Kappa. So everything could happen here. I think also CarlJr is very strong on this map, if I remember correctly from previous week. So we're gonna have another close map here. Of course, everybody is prepared on every map. So on every map, we're gonna have sick fights. Current world record here is a 110.13, currently held by Massa. We all have Kappa in 3rd place, Pac in 4th place, CarlJr in 6th place. So the top 4 players here are in the top 6 on this track, so we can expect some very sick fights here.
Okay, I'm just taking this round over, and I mean, if it's semi-Rammus in the semi-final, is it just Rammus in the final, or Grand Rammus? Okay, I'm just stopping the jokes here. I'm sorry for that, guys. I just had to do one haha joke here. But let's go into the first round. It's round number 9 that is coming up, and it's CarlJr with a wicked amount of points here, 65 points. That is great for him. But right now it's Pac leading the round. He has also closed it out here in the semi-final, if you guys recall it correctly. And let's just go ahead into the fight here, into the identity. CarlJr with a great amount of speed over this part, but Pac with a more or direct line over this part, so he finds himself on P1, but it's not over till it's over. The identity is still there. You want to hold your gear here, but actually CarlJr didn't do it, so CarlJr lost a lot of speed here. Look at that. Also for the identity, he didn't get it too well, so Pac is leading. Can Pac just dethrone CarlJr here and eventually win a round? And yes, this will be the case. Pac wins it. What time will that be? Will it be a 110 mid or maybe a 110 low? It will be a 110.34. What a time from Pac, claiming the first 10-pointer on Semi-Rammus.
Yeah, what a sick time by Pac. Only 0.2 behind the current world record held by Massa. So that the level on this in this match here is insane. Like, those times are, holy moly, they are so fast. And good thing by Pac that he managed to win a round, getting a bit closer to CarlJr. He is still 20 points behind, but he still has every chance to catch up. And let's hope the second round is going to be successful for him again. So let's go into it. We have to drop into the dirt here. Everybody is getting that. Now the grass section with the possible gear down. But players know how to avoid it, so nobody is losing a big amount of time here. But Kappa actually with gear down, and he is losing indeed a lot of points. Not points, time. So he is almost out of this round already with a deficit of 0.4. But top 3 is still close. Actually, not anymore, because Afi is also touching. And now it's the fight between CarlJr and Pac. Pac currently in the lead, roughly 0.2 ahead of CarlJr, but CarlJr can of course still catch up. So let's see what's gonna happen. Also, Kappa not too far away in theory, so he still is chasing them. But looking good here. This time CarlJr keeping the gears, but so does Pac, so he's not catching up. And now the jumps. Pac usually getting them really smoothly, so let's see if he can do it as well here. He's getting them super nicely. Early landing here, entry into the dirt grass section. CarlJr getting a bit closer, but it is Pac winning once again another round, and he gets 4 points closer to CarlJr. Once again a 0.48 as well, a really sick time. Only 0.35 behind the current world record. And what a sick race here. Afi barely able to finish. And yeah, now Pac going up to 61 points, slowly getting away from Kappa and Afi actually, and getting closer to CarlJr.
Yeah, so Afi and Kappa struggling a little bit to match the pace from Pac and CarlJr. And also Pac is coming closer, as you said here. Only 16 points between them, but still a lot of points. I mean, if Carl just gets second position all the time, or just does his consistency game and just drives fast times, it will be hard for Pac to just match the points. But of course, it's not over here. It is only CarlJr who is, yeah, a little bit more than halfway through here. Point number is 140. And right now, Pac has a god tier start again. A great approach over this part, accumulates a lot of speed and extends his lead. But CarlJr comes closer. Look at the line from Kappa there. What a great apex he had chosen there, but so risky that was. That was super, super risky from the McLaren Shadow player. CarlJr had to release though, so he is out on this battle for first position. But it's right now Kappa leading, and he doesn't want to fall down here. He wants to get it, but makes that mistake.
Kappa wants to fall down.
Oh no, he wants to fall down. So the Caster's Curse yet again is kicking in, and it's again CarlJr versus Pac on that third identity on Semi-Rammus. There we go. Pac jumping so close there. Good release timing. CarlJr with that inside line again, but Pac has it yet again here. So great job winning the third round in a row, and he is just making it here and coming closer to CarlJr, who's also getting himself a good position, but only second though.
Yeah, what a performance by Pac here, winning the third round in a row. The only one that is able to contest CarlJr here. I think CarlJr with the second place in a row. And Pac is getting closer to CarlJr. It's only 12 points anymore. In the meantime, Kappa and Afi more than 20 points behind. So it looks like the fight is gonna be between CarlJr and Pac mainly. So let's see if we're gonna have the usual top 2 again in the last round on Semiramis here. Everybody has survived the start. Let's see what's gonna happen in this gear down section. Pac getting it really well. Also in this slide, you don't wanna drop your gear, otherwise you're gonna lose like almost 0.4. But Pac is getting it really nicely. I think Kappa actually got the gear down, so he is behind. And in the lead we have still Pac. Afi currently chasing him. CarlJr also a bit behind actually, not having the best speed here. So maybe Afi is now able to contest Pac on this track. But what is this slide by CarlJr? Instantly getting closer to both of them. Having the godlike CarlJr line. And CarlJr now only 0.1 behind Pac. Also having better entry into the... Oh, almost clipping inside. Both keeping the gear. Also Afi still close. Kappa quite a bit behind. And it's gonna depend on the identity again. Is Pac gonna get that godlike identity once again? And is he gonna be able to snipe CarlJr? It does look like Afi is getting it really well, but Pac has more exit speed and Pac will win all rounds on this track. Holy moly, what a performance by him on this third track. Now up to 81 points, while CarlJr is at 87, so it is getting closer and closer.
Yeah, what a great round here. Also from Afi, not really giving up, and shows us that he is not out on this match, but only 6 points in this round. What can you do against this Pac here on this map? That was a very, very great performance on Semiramis from Pac. Now we're gonna go on to map number 4, which will be yeah, also a very decisive map, of course, as every map. And it's Turbo Stairs. So Turbo is in this map name. So of course a good name, a good map. But no, this map is really, really difficult because it's a slow map. We've seen different lines from Pac here on this one. And yeah, the identity, we have seen everyone doing Neo Slide in the semifinal. So yeah, I see Chad really likes my jokes, huh? Oh man.
So let's see if all people in this semi-final, in this grand final will also go for the Neo Slides. It is a lot faster, but of course also a lot more difficult. So I haven't seen if CarlJr or Afi are going for it, but we will find out very soon. And yeah, but Pac was doing well here in the semi-final as well. So I hope he will be able to continue his streak here, because the battle between him and CarlJr is getting closer and closer, while the others are like roughly 30 points behind.
Yeah,
we have the first round here. Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna
take over.
Yeah, okay. Right. So I mean, we were expecting that both players were like batting it out here, Kappa and Afi, and then also Pac and CarlJr. And that's exactly the case. But of course, Pac still has to win plenty of rounds in order to just defeat that CarlJr. He's still 6 points behind. But look at that here from Kappa. Kappa leading the rounds and very close for that second position. Afi also with a good line, but didn't get the best approach over this part. You actually want to release a little bit before that. You could have seen it. Cars were delayed, slowing down. But it's Pac in second. CarlJr actually on last, so I'm going to take over his POV in this round. Will he claim himself more than 3 points in this round? It's actually Afi falling behind. Good identity from Pac onto the lead. He goes, clips a little bit. Who's going to get that first position? Is it Pac or Kappa? It is Pac with a mistake, and Kappa gets it. So Kappa is not dead, and a sign of life for him, a 107.94. What a great time from Kappa here. I think WR is a 0.7 or 0.8 if I recall correctly.
0.71 is the WR. So 1.7 in the match here is a very strong time. So good job by Kappa here. But he already was doing well in the semi-final here. So he is continuing. Pac sadly clipped in the identity. He was battling with him. So let's hope he can survive it in this round, because he definitely has the pace to make it. So let's go into the second round of this trick. Everybody is surviving the start. Nothing too crazy over here. Now the tight slide to the right. Pac getting it really well actually. Entering to the dirt also works fine. Nobody is behind yet. Everybody's still... Never mind. Afi had to respawn apparently. So he's out of this round. So the battle is going to be between Pac, CarlJr and Kappa over here. Pac currently still in the lead. Getting chased by CarlJr and Pac, so it's still by Pac. CarlJr and Kappa, of course. Pac is in the lead. So very close round here. They are only 0.1 apart from each other, and we're now slowly approaching the identity, which is most likely gonna decide the round again. Pac got it really well last time until he clipped. So let's hope he won't clip this time and then he will have an easy victory. Oh, he is clipping a bit, but not too bad. Clipping again, not too bad. Don't clip the last one. But he's getting first. I think he has more speed. Yes. Okay, he did. What a fight. Holy moly. Absolutely scary identity by Pac, but he somehow didn't get a single penalty, although he clipped every single step. But it was enough. 108.1, definitely a strong time. 0.4 behind the world record.
Yeah, that is a good time. And also with that clip, he got himself a good angle over this part. So Pac only 2 points away from CarlJr. And could you believe it? We have a battle, as you were saying. It is looking bad on circles. Now Pac is making that mistake. Come on. I just wanted to praise him. And now he's... Oh, man. Okay, Caster's Curse is kicking in. There's no cast from me or from Granadi without a Caster's Curse. So Pac down to last position, but maybe he can snipe a position, or maybe it will be Kappa or Afi taking this round ahead of CarlJr. So this will also come in very, very good for Pac, that CarlJr. is not running away with the points. So right now it's looking good for Kappa here. Great releasing from Afi, so he also comes dangerously close. So only 1 car length between him and CarlJr. But still there's the identity that he has to cope. And yeah, Kappa is leading with a 0.2 gap, but of course he has CarlJr behind him, so you don't want to slow down. Great slide from Kappa, clips it though. CarlJr not doing it too well, so Afi up into that second position. Great identity from the BDS player, and actually it is CarlJr only getting 3rd place here. So great for Pac actually that he has made, or like that the others have also played very well here. Not the fastest time that we have seen, no sub 108, but still enough to win. Kappa in 1st, Afi on 2nd, and then we have CarlJr and Pac on 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, Kappa with his 2nd victory on this map already, so he is slowly getting closer to Pac and CarlJr. He is still like roughly 30 points away, but yeah, currently not looking too good for Afi actually. He is quite a bit behind with 63 points at the moment. So let's see how he will continue. He is not having the best start here in the meantime, but it's still very close. Only 0.1 behind. Pac in the meantime got it really nicely. And he is currently in the lead. Entry into the dirt also works perfectly fine. Now this tight section here, nobody hitting anything. Afi in the meantime, again a bit further behind, but it's still very close here. Pac still in the lead. He is pretty much always first at this point of the map, so he really figured out the start here. Also good dirt section here. Kappa actually getting it even better. He has a lot of exit speed. In the meantime, CarlJr actually what happened to him? I think he made a small mistake. So
yeah, in this entry.
So he is maybe out of this round. Pac is leading. Let's see the identity. Getting the first neo slide, not clipping. Not getting the second neo slide, and that hurts a lot. Can he still get second though? No.
Wait, what is that? No, that's
yeah?
CarlJr effect. It's the CarlJr effect.
What? Everybody choking for CarlJr. How is that possible? 108.5 winning time. Oh my god, what happened there? Everybody failed.
It's the CarlJr effect.
Yeah.
Ship it and clip it. Really.
Holy moly.
You can just upload that to YouTube. I had a cast where CarlJr was in last, or like in 3rd, and then both players in the top 2 made mistakes, like also in the grand final of the Solary Cup. It's always like that. But of course, CarlJr also played the identity very consistent. So if the players make mistakes, it will inevitably gonna happen that they are falling behind. So the next map will be Bicycle.
Yes, Bicycle. We already saw it in the semi-final, of course. As I said earlier, not the most difficult track, especially because the identity is relatively easy. We won't see a lot of like I don't know, recoveries on the identity where people are gonna catch up like 0.4, 0.5 of a second. That is not gonna happen here, but therefore the rest of the map is gonna be very decisive, especially the start and the middle section. We also have quite a few blind jumps here, so not an easy track overall, but I still think we're gonna see some very close rounds here.
I think so as well. I mean, with CarlJr, I'm seeing him for the first time in ages on this map, but he's leading, and with his lead he can claim himself finest mode and also close it out on Bicycle if he wins all the remaining 4 rounds. Pac also can get himself up into the finest mode if he wins 4 rounds in a row as well, but he cannot win it. Then we have Afi with 69 points. Nice. And Kappa with 83 points on 3rd position, and also he finds himself on 3rd in this round. It is CarlJr who has fallen behind a bit here. Not the best amount of speed accumulated, and right now he's 0.17 away. But of course, that's still nothing for him. He can still make it. Not the best entry into the dirt. So Kappa and also Pac had a lot more speed, but actually he traveled less distance. So actually, it's he's catching up a little bit. So now the first blind jump here, you don't want to hit the tree, and also you don't want to hit the checkpoint. So it is still Pac leading the round. CarlJr is closing in towards Kappa, and he goes into the lead. What a great line from CarlJr there as well. Now we see the camera here. The different approaches, the different approach from CarlJr goes from right to left, and Pac from left to right, but Pac's still leading the round. He's gonna get that first position. Actually, is he gonna get it? Yes, but also this Kappa, who has made a mistake, has touched the grass, and actually also gets himself that third position because Afi also has made a mistake.
Yes, Afi actually making quite a lot of mistakes here, so he maybe is a bit out of focus. So not looking too well for him. Let's hope he can refocus so that we will have a few more fights. Because, of course, it still matters. Like, it makes a big difference if you get 4th or 3rd in the World Cup. It's a difference of 1,000 euro in the prize pool. So let's hope he can refocus a bit. But yeah, the fight between CarlJr and Pac is on it again. They are only 5 points apart from here. They both could still make it. It's absolutely insane. Very important victory for Pac in the previous round. So let's hope he can continue in this round. The start is looking promising. He is currently in 1st place. But, oh, did somebody touch? No, nobody's touching, but it was very close with somebody. And Pac still very dominant here on this track. CarlJr once again a bit behind, but he was catching up a lot in this section that is coming up here in the previous round. So let's see if he can do it again. Doesn't look like this time. He is going for a very risky jump, almost hitting the tree. Very close here. Pac still in the lead. CarlJr getting close to Kappa though. So let's see. Let's hope Pac can stay in the lead. He is almost 0.2 ahead. Not getting the best slide here, so now it's only 0.1. But he still has this lead, and as I said, in this identity, you cannot really catch up that much time. So if Pac makes it properly, he will win another round. Kappa going for more speed. Who's going to take it in the ending? It is going to be Pac. Kappa still in 2nd place, CarlJr in 3rd place, and Afi once again with a last place. Good performance by Kappa here on this track though. He sadly choked the previous round, but now he got his 2nd place, and CarlJr only in 3rd, which is of course good for Pac, because now Pac is actually in the lead. He is 1 point ahead of CarlJr.
Pac is leading the race, 122 points, only 18 points away from finalist mode. Very important round now that Pac has to win both of the rounds on a bicycle, but Pac looks super strong here, 109.8, which is 0.2 away from the WR, which is occupied by Kappa. But look at the start from CarlJr. He's just saying or thinking to himself, no, I want to get finalists before you, Pac. But it's nothing over till it's over, of course. There's still the identity left, but CarlJr and Kappa with ridiculously fast starts. Kappa closing in, though, and can get himself some points here in this round. But also Pac is not so far away. Gets himself a good amount of speed. Now the blind jump here. Don't want to hit the tree, but he does it. He hits the tree, and Pac is out on that round here. So he lost the momentum after going into the lead here by 1 point. It is CarlJr who could elevate himself up to the lead by 6 points again. But there's also Kappa, who can deny some points to CarlJr here. Very important for him to win this round, but it doesn't seem to be enough. He has a little bit more speed though, but it doesn't seem to be enough. And CarlJr with another sub 1 minute 10 time and going up to 131 points. So he's really closing in and coming closer to the finalist mode.
Yeah, what a time by CarlJr, by the way. WR here is a 0.59 by Kappa, actually. But yeah, driving a sub 110 here is very fast for the match. So good job by him here. Pac, sadly with the mistake, so he is losing a bit of ground to CarlJr, but they are only 6 points apart. So, but yeah, we're actually getting closer to finalist mode, as you just said, I think. So yeah, both people. No, actually only CarlJr. If he wins this round, he could get finalist mode. Pac at least needs 2 more rounds, with 1 1st place and 1 2nd place at least. So CarlJr has the upper hand at the moment, but Pac is still chasing him. And it's the same for this round actually, only Kappa a bit behind, but the other 3 are super close to each other. They have equal speed, equal lines here, nobody's touching anything. Good entry into the dirt. We see some different lines, actually CarlJr with the best one, almost gaining 0.1 here. In the meantime, Afi dropping a bit behind, but everybody with good speed here. Let's hope Pac will not hit the tree this time. He will not. Everybody is surviving it as far as I can see, so we still have a very close fight here. CarlJr overtaking Pac here, it's very close. CarlJr with more speed as well as Afi and Kappa. And they are so close to each other. Only 1.1 apart from each other. Who's getting the identity the best? I told you, you cannot catch up that much. So it's gonna depend on the last slide. Will we have a miracle? It doesn't look like Pac will actually get last place. And CarlJr in first and finest. And that is not good for Pac. What a close round here. We have first and last place are only less than a 10th point from each other. Holy moly, what a round.
Imagine getting last with a 110.1.
Yeah, dude, bad.
Bruh. Oh man, that is absolutely crazy. And that was actually the worst possible round where this could have happened, because now Pac is up to 128 points. And we maybe gonna go to the next map, or maybe last map for CarlJr, or maybe even for Pac. We don't know. It is actually a good one. It is Slalom. And this map is very good for Pac, actually. It's a good map. Now it's the decider between Pac and CarlJr. CarlJr is in finalist. We have, Pac with a good time. I can't see CarlJr on a P number 10, but of course, he is able to improve here a lot, or he can just do PB or just drive his time consistently. And we also don't know what time he has here offline.
True. Current WR is a 104.2, actually held by Kappa, so very interesting. Let's see how Kappa will perform here. And yeah, in the semi-final too, where we already spectated Pac, he was doing very well here. And let's hope he can continue his streak. And yeah, we go into the first round, and I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay, so first finals attempt for CarlJr. Can the Solary player make it? Can he win the 4th Trackmania World Cup after winning 2013, 14, and 13, 14, and 15? Can he win now as well? Or was it 16?
No, 16 was Pac.
Yeah, 16 was Pac, exactly. So can he do it, or will he get denied? Right now he has the worst start. And actually comes back strong here with a great line. So CarlJr is closing in here, but also Pac is there to deny him. It's so close between the players. Bear in mind, it's between Pac and CarlJr, but Pac with a mistake on the uphill. So it's all in the ending here. Can CarlJr get himself that victory? Will he be the new Trackmania World Champion or not? It is Kappa with a lot of speed here. Also Afi doing it really well. CarlJr only one identity to go, but it's also Kappa with a good amount of speed. Can Afi deny him? It's looking good for Afi. Will he have more speed? It is so close, but CarlJr has it. And CarlJr is the world champion of 2021 using his first finals attempt. GG, CarlJr redeems himself yet again.
Once again, CarlJr winning the 4th World Cup in his career already. He is the new world champ. Kappa was not able to redeem. And also Pac, sadly, with the mistake on the uphill. He had a lot of speed, but sadly touched there. And the others were not able to contest him. So big GG to CarlJr. So let's hope now that Pac gets a 2nd place. He is looking good with 131 points. He needs 9 more points for finalist mode. So if he wins this round, he could already close it out in the next round. So let's hope he will do so. He is theoretically stronger than the others on this track, I would say, at least. But yeah, Kappa showed that he can be very fast here as well. So does Afi. So yeah, it's still not decided yet, but Pac is in a good situation. And yeah, he also is in a good situation in this actual round here. Let's see if he makes the uphill this time. Yes, he will. Getting good speed here. Afi is still pretty close though. Oh, Afi has to lift off a bit, so he's a bit behind. Now Pac with a lead of roughly 0.1. But the others are still close. Pac needs to survive it, otherwise he's not gonna get first and not finalist mode. Afi going very high up. Pac got it quite nicely, but Kappa got it super well, and Kappa is gonna win the round. Where did he come from? I have not seen that. Very sick time here. Only 0.3 behind the WR, but what a race by Kappa. Now Pac at 137 points, so he only needs to finish the next round to get finalist.
Yeah, but again, a very close round between the players. And just think about that. There were so many close calls. If you think about Turbo Stairs, where CarlJr just won that round, or just like the other rounds where CarlJr got first in this very, very close round where it was 0.1 on Paradise. You know, all those things that add up, and CarlJr eventually is winning. But of course, this should not be in your head as a player. Pac is just has to finish, and he could claim himself that 2nd position, the vice champion. He crashed though, but of course he will still take this finals attempt into the next round unless he doesn't finish. But I doubt that this will happen. So a lot of mistakes here from Pac on this map. 2 mistakes already. And yeah, Afi and Kappa are leading the round. Afi, of course, only at 95 points thus far and is 22 points behind Kappa. So a 10-pointer would be really important for him. So let's take a look here. Afi does his identity really good, and also Kappa really hard because you have to break before because the ice is just very slippery, and Afi takes it here. Also a good time here, a 104.58, and it is Pac in finalist. So good luck to him. First finalist attempt for our MnM player.
Exactly. Also good that Afi actually won the round because Kappa is currently the main opponent for Pac. So it is a bit better if Kappa gets less points than Afi. So good for Pac, and he now is finalist as you just said. So let's hope he can pull a CarlJr and close it out in the very first round. We will see. The others are definitely good contenders on this track, so Pac really needs a good round here. So let's hope he will do so. Start is looking fine, no crashes so far. Let's hope Pac will survive the entry into the dirt this time, hopefully not clipping the ramp. But I don't think he will. He is gonna make it, yes. Also dropping the gear, which you actually wanna do at this spot. But he's battling with Afi. Kappa is a bit behind, 0.1 though. But Afi is having a good round as well. But it doesn't matter if Pac gets second or third, he needs to get first place. The rest doesn't matter. Oh, Afi getting airtime, and Afi is dead. Afi is behind and Kappa 0.25 behind. Can Pac close it out? He needs to survive the identity, of course, but he is having a bit of space left. Oh, Kappa almost clipping. What? And Pac getting it well. Kappa getting it even better, but Pac is gonna get second place. He is the vice champion for the Trackmania World Cup of 2021, and he's gonna get 4,000 euro from the prize pool. Sick job by Pac. I cannot talk anymore.
But also from CarlJr, of course.
Yeah, also quick to mention, very sick time here, like only 0.25 behind world record.
Yeah, so Pac has it here. So the two favorites of this match have redeemed themselves under the top two here. So great performance from Pac, and I think at the end of the day, it could have been a bit closer between them, but CarlJr had such a good start onto the match, especially on the second map that we have seen, which was Circles. CarlJr played absolutely outstandingly there, and then there were just some small mistakes from Pac that he didn't reach finals just yet, and now we have the first map again, and it will be between Afi and Kappa. This could be the last map, but if Afi denies Kappa, then we can also see a different map. So it's for the second place, 2,000 euros in the cash prize. So good luck to the players. And yeah, I mean, expected results, a little bit boring, of course, to not see a surprise. But I mean, both of them played super well, right?
Yes, they both deserved it for sure. And yeah, we're now back at Paradise, actually. Are you gonna do it or
not take it over?
All right, so we have maybe the last round, the last map already that we're gonna see. It depends on what Kappa does, most likely. But we will see. Actually, Afi with an absolutely insane start. Holy moly, he literally gained 0.2 to Kappa in the very first corner. That is something that only Afi can do on dirt. So very sick start, and Kappa really needs to needs to YOLO now a bit to catch up, because that start by Afi was absolutely insane. So let's see if he can keep the lead or if Kappa is going to be able to catch up. Kappa going very far outside here, but having a bit more speed, and he is actually catching up a bit. I think Kappa got a small gear on, but nothing too wild here. He is 0.1 behind, and we're now approaching the tight light. Kappa is arguably the better tech player here, so I guess he's gonna get it good, and he is indeed. He's actually overtaking Afi, and look at that speed. Super good line by him, and they are now almost equal with each other. So let's see what's gonna happen on the identity. The identity is gonna decide it. Afi going for the low entry, while Kappa is going for the high one. In the end, it's semi-equal. And who is gonna take it now? Kappa going lower, but is Kappa gonna have it? No! My god! Afi hit the checkpoint with his tail. Oh, and not the checkpoint, the finish. And by that, he finished a bit later. And now Kappa on 139 points. So he only needs to finish the next round in order to get finals. But optimally, he wants to get first in this round now as well, to deny Afi some points.
I mean, if you do quick maths here, the rounds doesn't really matter too much right now. Because even if Kappa got himself last and Afi first, I mean, both would have not like start a new 10-point step because that's what matters now. Afi would have been at 129 points after 2 victories instead of 121, and Kappa would have been finalists anyway. So those rounds don't really matter too much, but of course it's good for the momentum. And yeah, Kappa now with a face step 139 points. And it is Afi leading. But of course, as I said, the rounds don't really matter. There will be like equal rounds, even if a player gets first or last. But it's Afi actually making that mistake. So he will go up to 121 points. So there will be a maximum of 3 more rounds after this one. And yeah, it is Kappa taking it here. And he will go on to the finest mode. Okay.
Nice.
RIP. But yeah, well, great round.
Oh,
He's failing again. Kappa, you just have to finish. Kappa, you
Nice!
What is going on?
No!
Oh.
Afi, finish!
Okay,
Oh, no.
117.2. I could do that time actually. Wait, what is Kappa doing? What is Kappa? Kappa's not able to finish.
No!
He's not able to finish.
Oh my god, he's not gonna get finalist. Gotta be shitting me.
2, 1,
What
no!
is this? Oh my god.
Now it mattered. Now it mattered.
That was
Okay.
some solid Bronx League performance here by both of them. Holy moly. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh man.
Like, dude, what was that? Oh my god. And that is now actually very interesting. Afi, Cup. No! Nice. Guys, it still is the World Cup. Don't joke. Alright, we have another free round, but yeah, looking at the previous round, this round is not free necessarily, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. So yeah, previous round winning time was a 1:17 if I remember correctly, and
Yep.
the WR is a 1.7, so only 10 seconds behind the world record.
Can
That is
happen.
some solid, yeah. So yeah, let's hope Afi is bringing that round home, and if so, he is gonna be at 135 points. And Kappa is gonna be finalist unless he DNFs again, which we don't hope so. And then Afi basically needs to win 3 more rounds in order to make it. This round, to be honest, doesn't really matter. But after this round, Afi needs to win 2 consecutive rounds in order to close it out. So let's see if he will be able to do it. Can he make the finish this time? Yes, he can. So Afi on 135, Kappa in finalist.
Okay, they're not failing. Good. I mean, Kappa failed the start, but he's still able to finish. So Kappa in finalist, 135 points. It could all not matter if he takes home, yeah, in just this or the next finalist attempt. But of course, next one will be double finalist situation. But it's also between 1,000 and 2,000 euro on those respective positions. But Afi makes that mistake there. Oh no. Wow. How anticlimactic is that? But let's follow Kappa here. So he still has to survive, and you can really fail the ending. So the pressure is kicking in after...
9! Oh no! 9! No!
What is going on? Oh man!
No way!
So
It's about if you get 2,000 or 1,000 euro,
Yeah.
and people are joking. Oh.
it's a lot. But yeah, of course, guys, you probably all kept Wing in the chat, but imagine the pressure that is going on right now between Kappa or like for Kappa and Afi. It is... You cannot imagine what is going on right now between them. But of course, there's still the identity. Can Kappa survive it, even though he has made that mistake? Looking good. Good amount of speed for the Czech driver for McLaren Shadow. Looking good as well here as well. Only one more identity to go. Almost hitting that triangle. Let's go into Kappa's POV. Is he surviving the ending? Yes, he is. And Kappa is taking the bronze medal here. And 2,000 euro. Afi still with a great performance. But man, what messy... We had so many messy rounds here in the ending.
Yeah, the previous 3 rounds were absolutely KW. Like, of course, as you said, players played for so long already, and the level is absolutely insane. They are nervous, but oh yeah, Kappa closing it out with a 110.2, which is 2.5 seconds behind the world record. Oh yeah, but Kappa getting 3rd place, Afi 4th place. Reminder, CarlJr won, Pac in 2nd place. Yeah, that is it for the Trackmania World Cup of 2021. Still overall